The billion-dollar Bangladesh bank heist. If the Bangladesh bank heist were a movie, it would be part heist thriller and part slapstick comedy. A team of cybercriminals stole $81 million and tried to take another $951 million from the Central Bank of Bangladesh in 2016. The hackers, smooth, calculated and patient. The bank's security, about as secure as a diary with a broken lock. Imagine a billion-dollar bank robbery so absurd that it plays out like a mix of Ocean's 11 and a sitcom. So let's break down this real-life cyber caper, the blunders, the brilliance, and how banks can avoid being the punchline of their own security failures. In February 2016, cybercriminals successfully stole $81 million from Bangladesh Bank, and they almost got away with another $951 million. But here's the twist. They weren't stopped by high-tech security or elite investigators. They were stopped by a typo. Yep, a spelling mistake saved the day. This is the story of one of the biggest cyber heists in history, filled with blunders, brilliance, and billion-dollar lessons. Act 1. The bank that forgot it was a bank. First, let's talk about Bangladesh Bank's security, or lack thereof. If banks had tiers for cybersecurity, Bangladesh Bank would be in the bargain bin section. No firewall, no problem. Bangladesh Bank didn't have a firewall, one of the most basic security measures. That's like leaving your house unlocked, windows open, and putting up a sign that says, "Gone on vacation, please don't rob me." Swift security on training wheels. SWIFT, or the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, is a secure network banks use to send money. But here's the catch. SWIFT is only as secure as the bank using it. Bangladesh Bank's SWIFT system was unprotected, and hackers took full advantage. Outdated tech and cheap hardware. The bank's systems were outdated, and even used second-hand network switches. That's like guarding a gold vault with a rusty padlock from a flea market. For what's monitoring? When cybercriminals stole the money, no one noticed for days. What tipped off the fraud? A typo. One of the fraudulent payment requests misspelled foundation as foundation. That single error stopped the Federal Reserve Bank of New York from processing $850 million more in transfers. Act 2. The Cybercriminals Masterclass. These weren't just random hackers. They were cyber heist masterminds. Step 1. Phishing for bank credentials. The hackers started with a phishing attack, tricking bank employees into clicking a malicious email. Once inside, they installed malware, monitoring the bank's system for months. Step 2. Patience is a hacker's best friend. Unlike movie bank robbers who smash and grab, these hackers took their time. They waited months, studying how the bank processed transactions. Patience is a virtue, and also a hacking strategy. Step 3. Execute the heist. Then, in February 2016, they sent 35 fraudulent SWIFT requests, transferring $951 million to fake accounts in the Philippines and Sri Lanka, then laundered through casinos. Step 4. Cover their tracks. The hackers even hacked the bank's printer, stopping it from printing fraud alerts. So when employees tried to check the transaction logs, all they got was a fake paper jam error. Act 3. How they got caught and what banks must learn. The hackers almost pulled off the perfect crime, but one typo saved the day. The stolen funds were sent to Philippine casinos, where they were laundered through VIP accounts. Casinos were chosen because they didn't have strict anti-money laundering laws at the time. Lessons from the heist. To avoid starring in the next billion-dollar heist, here's what banks and you need to do. 1. Invest in firewalls and cybersecurity. 2. Follow SWIFT security guidelines. 3. Train employees to spot phishing attacks. 4. Use AI for fraud detection. 5. Prepare an incident response plan. The cost of complacency. The Bangladesh bank heist was one of the most embarrassing cybersecurity failures ever, and the worst part? Most of the stolen money was never recovered. But the real lesson here is this. A little investment in cybersecurity could have saved $1 billion, so whether you run a bank, a business, or just your own finances, protect yourself. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe and stay safe online.